Sylvia is doing so well. I'm really proud of her. She's really gaining strength, and like I'm learning more as well because it's winter at the moment in New Zealand. I'm like learning that temperature has a lot to do with like how it all rises and like the timings of things, and like if you just like let it do its own thing, it does like a really good job. But like having to keep it warm is like another key component. I think I'm still debating if I want to buy a Dutch oven or not. I think I won't, just because I would rather wait and be able to invest in a really, really nice Dutch oven. I don't know what brand I would like, but like a really nice, decent one. And like I would rather wait than buy something really cheap, just because like I don't want to invest just yet, because like I'm in a small place, I want to move countries at some point. Do you know what I mean? So that is the journey of Sylvia. She's doing really great. I'm really enjoying having like fresh bread on hand that isn't like $7. I can't believe I was spending $7 a loaf. Like that's ridiculous. Update on Gilmore Girls. I'm like debating if I even continue watching it, because I just think they're so toxic, and I don't know, are there any decent like female lead TV shows where they're not toxic and just like deranged? Like I love Gilmore Girls, but their just behavior is so toxic. Just like, so I'm up to the point with Max Medina, the original library daddy. Like he is just like the most perfect man in the world, and she's just so incorrigible. She's just so incorrigible. I can't stand it. So annoying just watching her just be so immature. And like I saw something on Instagram the other day of someone compare it, just being like, you know, your first watch of Gilmore Girls, you really love Rory, you really like feel like a Rory, and then your next rewatch when you're like in your 20s, you feel like a Lorelai, and then as you get older you feel more and more like an Emily. And I'm like 100%, like just let me have dinner, you know what I mean? I just want a nice house with a nice dinner. I want to go play tennis. Again, I don't ask for much. I just want to go to St Tropez for the summer. Like honestly, wouldn't that just be so nice? Drinking like a limoncello spritz on the beach. I want that. It's winter here. I mean, like I do love a New Zealand summer, don't get me wrong. There's something so fun about a New Zealand summer, but it doesn't have that same polished feel or vibe as like saying, oh yeah, I'm just gonna go lay on the beach in St Tropez for the summer, you know? It's just a different vibe. Even though New Zealand is so beautiful and our waters are so amazing and all of that, it's just different. It's just different. There's just like a different energy about New Zealand, and like I think it's really chill, it's really great, but it doesn't have that same joie de vivre, you know what I mean? There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. But for today, I want to go to the gallery and pick up a new postcard. I just feel like I like all the postcards. I'm gonna work my way through all the postcards I already have for my poetry. But I just feel like it'll be nice to kind of see what's available currently at the gallery. I haven't been to the gallery in a couple of months. So yeah, I thought that would be like a nice little walk. I've got to record today as well. I'm finishing up, so I have like a bunch of free resources. You know, the free resources like the Founder's Journey, Think Like a Futurist. And there's one that I really like use my bread and butter in terms of all of my like governance work and goal setting stuff, like how I used to do my strategy work when I was running businesses and like setting goals for like everything. So I have this like strategy called Crawl, Walk, Run. Basically it's like how you set goals. Yeah, and so I'm going to record the content for that as well and just put that up online and just be like, this is how you set goals, but like how to do it for both like work and play, which is like my favorite thing to do. If you're interested, hopefully it will be up by this week. You can check it out on the RHC Instagram and the website as well, like the other content as well. Yeah, that's kind of been my pet project, I guess, that I have reserved for Fridays. So we're gonna do that today as well. And then I don't know what else I'm doing today. Yesterday was so warm and I was sitting outside working, and I just was like, oh, I literally just want to be on a beach drinking a spritz, and I don't know why, but I just have a limoncello spritz in my head. Usually I'm an Aperol, or like, you know, I do love an Aperol spritz though, but a limoncello spritz on a beach, that's all I want right now. And I saw, oh my gosh, I saw a paparazzi photo of Margot Robbie in like her outfit ready for the Oceans prequel. I'm a huge Oceans fan, huge. Ocean's 12 is like one of my favorite movies. It was like my movie that I watched on repeat when I was like 13, 14. It made me fall in love with Amsterdam as well. I didn't actually have a great experience while I was in Amsterdam. I went for Amsterdam during a Christmas one year. I don't like Christmas. If you know me really well, you know that I just don't vibe with Christmas. It's never been a fun time for me. Yeah, I loved it, and I love Catherine Zeta-Jones in Ocean's 12 as well, and like the soundtrack is so good. But anyways, I saw Margot Robbie's outfit, and I was like, that is such an Ally outfit. Like you could not. That is so me. And I was like, don't cut your hair, Ally. Like, do not cut your hair. Just because it looks good on Margot Robbie doesn't mean it looks good on you. But I was like, honey, we need to get back to like the 1960s, like shift dress. Like, oh my God. I'm adding onto my vision board a Chanel bag. Like, that just ties it all together. You know what I mean? A cute little kitten heel. The thing that photo made me feel was like, we need to bring back hats, but like in a really chic way. Cause like in New Zealand, it doesn't, like that vibe just like doesn't work here. If I were to step out, usually how I would love to dress, which is like a bit mod, a bit like, you just stick out like a sore thumb. Like it doesn't quite fit here, the vibe, you know what I mean? You know, there's something about that sort of vibe that I just feel like we should bring back a little bit, because that is so me. Anyways, so I'm going to finish getting ready, hopefully get everything done in like a reasonable hour. What time is it now? It is 10 o'clock, so that gives us, I also need to do the stretch and folds as well. Fuck, I didn't think about that. Okay, shit. Sylvia, oh my God, is this what like being a parent's like? You have to like fucking look after it every half an hour. Oh my God. Okay, so I've got to do the stretch. I got to do my first set of stretch and folds in about half an hour. Okay, we'll just work around Sylvia's schedule today. Got the life of a single mother. Fuck. And then we'll see what happens. Hopefully I can get this content down. I should be able to record within those times actually. That's actually going to be a really good check for me. If I can get all of that done within those 2 hours, I think I could do that. Okay, I've got to curl my hair in. So I'm going to see if I can get all of this done within Sylvia's stretch and fold period. Fingers crossed. Okay, let's do it. Look at how bouncy and curly this is to start with. I mean, by the end of the day, it will be straight again. Does anyone else have like hair like that where it just like, you can curl it all you want, but it will just drop? Here she is. Here's Miss Sylvia in all her glory. First set of stretch and folds. And all you do is just pick it up, drop it down. Pick it up, drop it down. Look how stretchy she is. Good morning. Oh my God, it is so cold. I'm so sad it's so cold today. I just want to be on a beach in St Tropez. Okay, we have completed recording. I had to like pause halfway through to do some stretch and folds on Sylvia. That was really fun, and I think I'm gonna do a sort of exemplar with it as well later on. So much to do, so little time. Anyways, I have my Dyson on full blast. I'm so cold. I used to never put the heater on. And then I was like, I'm cold. Like, I just put the heater on. It's, who cares? Like, just put the heater on. It's better to be warm and comfortable than sitting and being cold. I don't know. I just kind of would rather have a heater on and like wear the cute outfit than be a schlop and wear sweats and be rugged up in like a blanket. I would rather be the person that wears a cute outfit and has a heater on full blast than like, what are those like blankets? I don't know. Does that make sense? Hopefully it makes sense for somebody. Anyways, if you have a goal, I think you should look it up because I know you have a goal. And this is the thing, if you don't have a goal, your goal should be the person that could have looked after you when you were younger. If you don't know what your goal is, if you don't know what your vision is, you don't know what your purpose is, your purpose right now is to become the person that you needed when you were a teenager or when you were a kid. Trust me, that is it. That's why I put the heater on. That is why I have the heater on, because I spent too many years of my life in the cold, sitting in the cold, too scared to put the heater on, you know, like those little moments. That's you becoming that person that you needed when you were younger is what will get you towards where you need to go. That is the best life advice
that I have ever received. I pass that advice to you. Hopefully that soothes you in some way or helps you find some sort of direction and path. Time update, it is now 1:15. Just edited the first video in the series. It's one of those things of like, I just love this so much. It is my bread and butter. It is the thing that excites me the most in this world, is like this sort of stuff. I love it so much and I've been obsessed with it forever. It actually reminded me, I have this like little you may recognize this a couple of vlogs ago where I was, putting the little stickers on this. I'm a nerd. I love knowledge. I love learning about the universe and how like all of that sort of stuff works. Like, been my biggest passion since I can remember. I remember being 6 years old and begging my parents to take me to church just because I wanted to know. I just wanted to know why we're here and all of that. It's what I live for. Anyway, so I used to create these little booklets for like people of like, like a cheat sheet of life, basically. It's like my version of a Bible, basically, for like when things get hard or, what do you do? Just like little things. Like I have like my human design in here as well, like a little thing of like key tips of like, things like what's in alignment, what's not in alignment. Like I have an emotional authority, so I need to like feel everything through and just be like, I'm just an emotional person. I experience the world around me through my emotions. What do you do if you're frustrated, or what's your strategy for life, right? How do you use your energy in the world? That's basically like what human design is about. It's not a perfect system, but I think it's like if you can understand the bare minimum, bare basics, it's pretty good. Little things that I've like found over the years, like on TikTok or Instagram, or just like in a book, or just things that I've experienced as well. Like, what's this? Breakup advice, like this could be important actually. It's like a relationship can be your highest excitement at the time, but if you find that they treat you in a way that you don't prefer and you are growing yourself, if it ends, realize the relationship was vibrationally incompatible with your growth and you did the best and the most loving thing you could do. Show the other person the consequences of their choices as well as yours. Give them the opportunity to decide to match your frequency and growth with you, or to go and find what works for them. Otherwise, they are in a relationship with someone they think you are, but that does them no good or service. Ending something is the most compassionate thing if you truly know it is vibrationally incompatible with your growth and your passion. And I think I remember saying that to a friend of mine a couple of years ago, to be like, if you don't want to be in a relationship with someone, they're in a relationship with a stranger, and like that is not fair to you or to them. And I think this is why I'm so good with like just things melting away. That's fine. Like your first relationship is with yourself. I just feel like that is so true. And it's the same with friendships as well. Like I'm so good with letting people go because I'm on a growth journey in life, and some people are just not like keen to grow with me, and they're like so happy like taking a different path, right? It's like I've chosen expansion for my life. I've chosen to like figure out my dharma and my patterns and really expand myself rather than, taking the relationship route or following a corporate career path or any of that sort of stuff. I've chosen one where I get expansion in all areas. Does that mean that I don't want to get married and have kids one day? No. I want those things, just not yet. I want to see what I'm capable of first at this iteration. And sometimes you have to have like a slowness in order for it to speed up. And I think if people are just so keen to just like lock in on someone, I don't know, anyways, but I just think that's such an interesting thing to remember, especially with like even with friendships. It's like if they are not on your path, if they don't get what you're about, like I've had this like I had to have a really hard conversation with myself to be like, I actually don't think I can be friends with someone who's atheist, because that is spirituality and how I view the world is through a lens of expansion and knowing that there is more to something else. It doesn't mean religious. There's a difference, right? I just can't be friends because I can't be my full self around, and I can't have the conversations with people. Like I'm not keen to like debate about, do you believe in a god or not? Like that's so boring to me. I want to go deeper. I want friendships that are at my level where it's like, I want to talk about other stuff where it's like, what are your weird things that you've had on your life path that have like led you to where you are, you know? And it's like, you can't have those conversations if people are stuck at, do you believe in a God? Or like, you know what I mean? Like, that's just so boring to me. And I had to have a really hard conversation and like a huge audit of my friendships to be like, I just can't. It's so boring to me. And if I'm in conversation with somebody else where I'm holding myself back just because they aren't at that level, there's no point. There is absolutely no point in pursuing that. It's not worth my energy because I'm not being my full self in those conversations. And it's just boring to me. I want to talk about the beauty of the world, and I want to talk about like, I don't know, just other stuff, right? And that was like a really hard decision for me to make, to be like, I would rather sit on here, chat away with you about cute stuff and like girly things, have my little podcast where I do now I'm going to be doing my like more like deep dives on things and my more philosophical chats, you know, like that's what I want. Like that gives me like pleasure in life. Even like my latest poem as well. My latest poem that I posted on the Mind of Ali Instagram was about like the art of the nude. And I just was like, there's some friends that I have that just like won't have that conversation with me because they've either settled down early in life or they're quite uncomfortable with like sexuality or things like that. And like, I've studied art history, I studied classics, like anthropology, like it's all on the table for me. No conversation is off limits. I like talking about that sort of stuff. You know, there was like the question I posed and that was quite philosophical. It was like, with a nude, like do people delete them? Do they keep them? What if it's a painting? What if someone gifted you a painting of a nude? You know what I mean? And then like posing another question of, when you rather just hold it. I love that poem so much. I think it poses so many interesting questions I don't think we ask. I think people kind of have those questions from quite an anxious attachment style, or like such an anxious place of like, why do you keep them? Or like, but I don't know, I just thought that was quite an interesting philosophical take that has no right or wrong answer. Everyone's different. What's different about a painting versus a photograph? You know what I mean? Like, what's the difference? I just thought that was really interesting to like kind of pose that. I have my own views. I'm not going to put them online, obviously. That's for me and my person. But like, yeah, I don't know. I just thought that was quite an interesting take. And then just like flip it on the end to be like, when you rather just hold it. I don't know. I just love it. I just thought it was so interesting. And that's like, I had no intention of writing that. It was just because I looked at the postcard and I was like, those are the words that landed in my head. I'm going to write about it. There we go. Anyway, so this is my little cheat sheet book. And I just love it, and it's so full to the brim, like full of like inspirations, philosophical thoughts about how the world works. Removing shame. Oh, this was a good one. This has been really good for me. There is a natural vibration within you that is a self-correcting mechanism that urges you back into alignment with your true vibration. This can sometimes be felt as shame, but if it goes longer than 15 seconds, it is a self-judgment. That natural shame is just an alignment process, urging you to go back into alignment. Don't negatively define it or judge it in the first 15 seconds. Then you won't fall into a negative trap of shame. Just go back into alignment. So that was the thing of like, if you do something and you get this like little twinge of like, ooh, I don't like that. That's your own self telling you, hey, that was out of alignment. No shame, no judgment. Don't do that again. Like, that isn't in alignment with you. If it goes beyond 15 seconds, beyond that first instinct of like feeling, that first gut feeling, then you are placing that judgment upon yourself. And that is it. So if you've done something in the past and you like constantly bring it up to yourself, and that is like a self-shaming thing. But if you have that in that moment of like, oh, I shouldn't be doing this, that's an alignment process. But if you hold it longer than 15 seconds, then you are shaming yourself. And that does nobody any good. Let it go. Don't do it again. That's it. There you go. So that is what is in this little notebook now. And I love it. About to go out for a walk. Oh, I came back home. I haven't recorded since I came back home. Anyways, I'm back home. See, I told you, my hair just drops
It just drops throughout the day. It looks great now. This is why I'm okay with the morning hair looking super tight and crazy, because it just drops to this like super nice curl. Look how long she is. So I'm going to go for my walk. I think I might end it here today actually. I have so much editing to do this weekend with Cromwell Prime U and podcast as well that I am quite tired, and in all honesty I just want to go get a bottle of something and just like curl up on the couch, edit, watch a movie, just enjoy my life a little bit. I need to deal with Sylvia as well. Anyways, so I will see you next week. Ciao!